Warning, spoilies ahead.
I'm surprised you knew who that was. Like, really, a
Dude,
Fortnite streamer?
I'm watching Fork Knife streaming all day. Ninja. There's countless others that I could speak of, but I won't because I know them all. Hello, people of the future. Welcome to Season 9 of Two Guys, One Film. I'm Dylan,
And I'm Dane.
and we're in the future.
Yeah.
We froze ourselves. Here's a quick recap, folks. We froze ourselves to find a cure for Gideon's disease. We might have gone a little too far, and now we are in the year 2000 PN, which I don't know in our years what that is, but
It's after
doesn't matter.
BCE, that's for sure.
it doesn't matter. We're here now. And we've been given the task by the ruler of formerly called Earth, currently called Project-Nerd.com. And he has tasked us with critiquing movies, doing our job. So
Here we are.
it kind of
once again.
sucks. It kind of sucks that we get woken up from a slumber to just do work. You know what I'm saying?
But, I mean, you're right. But then again, before that, we weren't provided with sweet uniforms.
That's true. This is a pretty sick outfit, if I do say so
I do
myself.
still have to provide my own hat. But the
All
uniform,
hats were lost in the future,
Yeah.
I guess.
Thankfully, I keep at least 8 hats with me at all times.
Yes. In the freezing cryo chamber, he brought all of his hats. No pictures
He
of our
told me not
families.
to bring them, but I brought them anyway. He was like, "Dane, don't bring those hats," and I'm like, "Okay," and then I put them in there anyway.
And guess who's wrong in this one? Is my face red? Glad he brought those hats now.
Yeah, because now I got a hat, and it's pretty awesome.
And then that's how we wrote the hat into the season, folks.
Yeah.
Season 9. It's going to be great. Let's talk about our first movie, the 1987 movie Robocop, written by Edward Noemir, and Michael Miner, and directed by Paul Verhoeven, who, if you guys don't know who Paul Verhoeven is, has done such classics as Starship Troopers and Total Recall, one of the Arnold Schwarzeneggers.
That's
Hyper
why
visceral.
These movies are so friggin' awesome.
Yeah, it's just a fucking gore, and you're just like, yeah, dude.
And he's got a style of gore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when you see it, you're like, oh,
It's crazy because it's like a realistic gore, which is like makes it unsettling, but then at the same time it goes a little cartoony, and you're just like, okay.
it's
like
the
that.
over the top, like
Mhm.
like you're right. It's realistic. And
Yeah.
it's like, but it's chunky and it just goes on for too long. So
Yeah.
it,
Because it always reminds me of like that. One of my favorites was in Starship Troopers, when that guy gets shot in the head by accident, and like the way
Oh,
the
and it
head
just-
splits and
yeah.
stuff like that. I was like, okay, that could, be real. And then in this one, you're like, hand gets blown off. That might be what it looks like. Who knows? And then it just
Yeah.
keeps going. But anyway, quick synopsis of the movie. It's the year like 2044, 2024, 44, whatever, Detroit, future, and it's Alex Murphy's first day at a news station. He got transferred, and him and his new partner go out on a call. He gets tore the fuck up.
It's like,
And then
man, what an
OCP
awesome first day.
I know, right? OCP, who bought, is like a big company, and I think they like took over the police too. They like have own the police. It's like a
yeah, it's like
partnership or some
it's
shit.
like a privatized, like the way I
Yeah.
look at it is like a privatized like sector of like
Tech
the police,
company, yeah.
because like Detroit was having so much trouble with crime.
Yeah.
So like,
And
we're
then
gonna bring in like another
And then they
down
make
with
him.
OCP.
Yeah, you know me.
I kept thinking that.
And then they make Alex Murphy a cyborg police officer. I always wondered
he
why
signed the
it's,
agreement forms.
you know, hey,
So
you didn't read the fine print, you know?
So I'm just, and I thought about that. I'm like, so what the fine print was like, in case of death, you could possibly be turned into a cyborg.
In case of visceral death, where you get just lit up by shotguns, you might be able to be eligible for the Robocop program. Which, why is it called Robocop? What's the Robo short for?
Robot?
Oh. That makes sense now.
Robot cop.
Robot Cop.
Robert cop.
Ladies
It
and
was short
gentlemen
for
of the
Robert.
jury, why the hell is it called Robocop anyway?
It was actually short for Robert.
Robert Cop, yeah.
In the beginning of the movie, it's that news thing. We'll give us 3 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Yeah.
I like the president in space. Like the president can go visit the space station, and I love how it's just like, oh, and then there was a mishap and the gravity's off and they're all floating around.
And like Starship Troopers, folks, this is a good satire in a way of like, you know, it's not 100% serious movie. It is like poking fun of things of the time. Obviously, Starship Troopers the same way. So it's like a lot of those moments of like, I don't want to say tongue in cheek, but it's like those like newscast moments where it's like something super serious and they're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
like when the cop,
but you're right though. It is tongue in cheek ish.
Yeah.
Because they do the good luck. What was his
yeah,
name? Frank.
yeah, good luck, Frank. Yeah, after a cop is being shot, he's in critical condition. Like, good luck, Frank, and it's just like. And then there was that ad for that doctor company that like you can get a new heart, and it's like by Yamaha or something. It's like you pick the heart.
And like I like the lean around the corner. Oh, and we care.
Yeah, we care. So I mean, it's just like a play on like, you know, hyper commercialism, fucking, you know,
Like
companies running the world in the future and just like zero care for actual, you know, human beings. Just make a buck.
basically like a big capitalism takeover.
Yeah.
Like now, like now.
They called it, and Robocop.
Well, we don't have Robert Cop yet, but
Well, not that we
might.
know of, because it was
yet.
super secret at first.
that's true.
And then they're just like, throw him on the streets.
Yeah, I know. Like, we're not going to test him out. He's good. Well, I mean, pretty badass for a guy going up against like the crime boss of Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think he knew specifically. Well, maybe at the
It's his
after
first day.
Well, I mean, it's his first day, and then accidentally get behind that truck that they're driving around in. Anyway, they had stolen the money.
Yeah, they went
that's
to
why
that
they were
like
chasing.
thing.
Yeah.
But then, before all that, we got Dick, or whatever his name is.
Dick Jones.
He's like, you know, the VP or whatever of OCP, and he's doing that like presentation of the ED 209, because this is the new cop of the future, because, you know, like cops are shitty, they might go on strike, so if we don't have police force, we have these.
Yeah, we'll just have robots do it.
And how do the people not hear that thing coming up to the door? Do you think they wheeled it
Seriously.
in and dollied it? Because it's huge. And they're like, big reveal of like what it is, and it's like, that thing is fucking loud.
Okay,
There's no
so
way they snuck it
You're
up
right,
there.
because like if they brought it up, I mean, it growls as it moves around.
Yeah,
So
I love the animal noises.
I do too.
Like later on with the pig squeal.
Yeah. Like, why would a robot do that? Why would it play their
feels.
squealing?
To tell the other ads that it's in trouble.
Oh, I see. Then they gave it the pig squeal noise.
Well, yeah.
Because, you know, a pig can't get off of its back.
But yeah, like they didn't hear it thumping around or anything. They're just like, "Oh my!"
Yeah. Oh.
And so then they do the little thing, the test. He's like, "Hey, take this gun," pointing at it.
Here's my Desert Eagle. Oh, let me load it for you too. I love how he's like, all, oh, here, take the gun. He's like pointing it at him with with his finger on the trigger.
And he's like, "No, not at me, at that thing."
I like how everybody's so. I noticed in this movie people are extremely comfortable around guns and being like having a gun held on you, even if someone's not
Detroit,
like.
baby.
Okay, well,
It's
okay,
Detroit.
I'm skipping ahead. We jump around, like the
Okay.
part where he's already Robert Cop at this point. They're in that like the foundry or whatever, and she's hanging out with him. And he's like, I'm gonna shoot at these baby food
Dude, she's
jars.
just right
and
there.
she's sleeping like next to him. She wakes up and she just gets up all, "Here, let me just come and help you."
Yeah,
I would have been
sleep-
like, man, are you
Dude,
kidding me?
I'm fucking right here, brother. That's gonna wake, like, yeah, and like,
Oh, my targeting's off.
you could have warned me.
You know,
You didn't have to set the bottles so close to where I was.
right?
You could have maybe gone on the other side. It's a whole fucking foundry. You could have found any other place. Like, no, I'll set up here. He just wanted to show off and like wake
Yeah,
up.
he did.
He's like, fuck, I missed it though. Fuck.
And then she comes just like, oh yeah, touch that hot
yeah.
robot
Robert arm.
Robert bicep.
So that goes wrong. The Ed 209 doesn't stop.
Blows that dude away.
And I love how he's like trying to hide and everyone's like pushing him out of the way. And then of course there's a model of a city of Delta, the new Delta City. Of course that model's going to get fucked up. Any model in a movie always gets messed up. So of course the guy's got to die on it, you know, symbolically
I love how
too. But it's
he
like
gets
always
shot
like my
onto
model.
it,
Yeah.
and then just continues to get shot. Just
Yeah.
and he's just that's the shit that I'm talking like that right there.
That's the Paul
one of those
Verhoeven,
like yeah. Like that's how you know you're watching a Verhoeven.
And my favorite is after all that, the guy's like, well, don't just stand there, call a paramedic. And it's like,
Well,
the
I
dude's
mean,
fucking gone, man.
Like those bullets were ripping him apart. Like that's done.
It's like high caliber fucking bullets because it's this giant fucking robot. And also, how the fuck is nobody in that room deaf? It's a closed small
I
room.
know.
There's go, 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 like cannons going off. But there's a lot of that in this movie
Yeah.
of like, how the fuck are these dudes not deaf? When they're shooting those like goddamn cannons just in the streets and they're like shooting the stores literally right next to them. And they're
I know. That's
like,
what's crazy. Like they're just like talk about fucking crazy ass
Yeah.
dudes. They're just like, it's cool. The explosion's right here in my face, but
it's Detroit, baby!
yeah, okay.
So they got a call, there's a bank robbery. It's our main bad guys. Red Foreman from That 70 Show.
70 show.
What's his name in this? Like,
Clarence or something.
Clarence? Yeah, something dumb like that. Which is like, it's always great when like a super bad guy has like a name. Yeah, Clarence Boddicker.
Like he's pretty like
He's fucking
he
scary
makes a
too.
good bad guy though. Like
Yeah,
even though
he's-
he's like balding and shit. Like he just
Doesn't matter.
like he does
That's
a
like-
good
that's
job
what
at
makes
being
it
like
scary.
a fucking psycho.
Yeah, because it's like, doesn't care about shit, is over the top, but not too over the top, you know?
Yeah.
But
Like and the way he gets like pissed in this about stuff like. He has a very calm demeanor about getting pissed, but it's also
Yeah.
like you said, it's over the top, but it's not. He's a
just
good
that
actor.
Sweet. No, it's that
He was good
Goldilocks
for
zone.
the he was good for the role, and it's crazy because like that other guy wasn't he in Twin Peaks? He's just like super young.
Ray Wise, yeah,
Yeah.
Ray Wise. Which I
It
was
was
like,
crazy
I
seeing him
fucking
like
love
really young.
Yeah. Also a great villain. I
Yeah.
mean, but so they just robbed a place, the bank. They blew up all the money. The idiots that worked with them.
Oh, but I had
And
to
then-
blow the door. These
And
are
then
fucking marked bills now, dude. Thanks.
Murphy and Lewis show up. And I like how he takes her gun too, and he's like, "Give me your gun." And then a cool shootout while they're driving. And then one dude gets shot in the leg, and he's like, "Can you fly, Bobby?" Just
I
throws
love
him
that.
out.
Of course not.
Yeah. So then they keep chasing him to the big foundry, which you gotta do later in the movie. It's full circle. I think it's the same one, right? Like it's gotta be, right? Or I mean, the
Even if
city's
it's
full
not,
of them.
it's Detroit, so it's like
Yeah.
they could have just used the same one over and over, and we would have been like, it's probably a different one. Could
Probably a
be
different one. Just shoot it from a different angle, dude.
Yeah.
But
There are a few. There's quite a few scenes with like foundry things. Because there's that
I think
scene with
it's-
like the Italian guy and like all the cocaine.
oh yeah. It's just a business commerce area of
Yeah.
the old Detroit, you know.
Yeah.
So they're sneaking around. The high pitched laughing guy, which
Oh,
I
yeah,
know we
he's-
always made that joke about, like futuristic, or like villains and henchmen always have to have that
In the
laugh
future,
about them.
yeah.
You know.
Well, I've noticed it in like a lot of movies that take place in like the future. There's always that one person with the even in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Hoverboards don't work on water
Unless you have power. Yeah, same thing. You know, it was the way to laugh in the future. It's going to be the way to laugh. I mean, I guess we'll find out where we are currently at now, we can ask them, hey, was there ever a time on project-nerd.com that people laughed in a high-pitched way?
And they're going
And
to be like,
they're
what are
gonna
you
be like,
talking
dude, that
about?
was so 1980 PN ago, dude.
I'm like, whoa.
Sorry, I've been asleep for over 2,000 years or whatever.
I guess it would be 2,000 years.
Something like
The
that.
world ended as soon as we...
Yeah, just done. I mean, I can see why. So that dude's taking a pee, and then she blows a bubble. Like, why'd you do that? No, he's gonna see.
Yeah, you should have walked up behind him and just, like, pistol whipped him with his dick hanging out.
Yeah, mind if I zip it up?
And why did she have to look?
She's curious. Like,
Okay, I get it.
and then
it's
he just throws her off, and then he's just like, yep, she's dead.
Right? She landed in, like, a soft, like...
Yeah, and he's like, don't worry, I took care of her. And it's like...
He's like, that pisses you off, doesn't it? And he just looks
Yeah.
at him like, I don't know.
I don't know. It's like, you guys are 100% lighting everybody else up in this movie. You throw her off the thing, it's probably good.
Yeah, she doesn't... But she does get shot.
Later
on.
in the movie. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoilies.
But this is when he gets to say his line, dead or alive, you're coming to me. To Wanowski or whatever his name is. Bald dude.
Yeah, the bald dude with
sideburns. Yeah. And, which comes back later, folks, is how that guy knows it's Robocop.
Alive, you're coming with me.
Mm-hmm. But then they corner him, and...
Well,
Clarence...
Murphy shoots that one dude first.
Yeah, because there was him and the other guy were sitting there, and he puts like the...
I'd buy that for $1. They're watching that show that everybody laughs the fuck off at, and I don't understand why it's so funny. It's just some dude, like, playing around with, like...
People pissed their pants at a show where a guy would go, Bazinga. So I can see it happening in the future.
Yeah, that's true.
So then he gets his hand shot off, and then...
Proceeds to get lit. Well, I like... Well, Red does that,
and then all over the hand.
Yep. All right, boys, have fun with him.
Yeah, just let I'm done. And then they, like, shoot him 100 fucking times, and he's still standing.
Like, they shoot him enough to run out of ammo in their guns.
Yeah, and I don't care if he's wearing armor. There's blood coming out.
Yeah, he's pretty much
fun's over.
Yeah.
And so then he's dead. Yeah, and, they're trying to go, they save him, blah, blah, blah. And
Well, he has all those,
flashes
like,
of his
flashbacks,
family.
yeah.
I have to tell you something. I love you.
I love you.
Can you do that, Dad?
TJ Laser. Like, why is it like a... See, here I am with the, like, TV again. It's like a space western. Like, did you notice that?
Yeah, and he's like, he does, like, the spinning like a gunslinger would, and I was like...
But they look like they're dressed in, like space stuff. Like, they don't look like they're dressed as cowboys.
Yeah. It's like
But the background looked old west.
Yeah, I would watch that show too. Because
I would too.
What's the deal with this?
Like, bro, you ever seen TJ Laser? Sick, dude.
Dude, did you see the latest episode of TJ Laser last night? No, I was shopping at TJ Maxx, dude.
Yeah.
With TJ Detweiler. The only TJs I know, and Trey Vaughn.
TJ Vaughn.
TJ Vaughn.
Tej. Big Tej.
I like how casual. I mean, I'm sure doctors are like this in real life, but I just like how casual these doctors were when they're trying to. It's like, all right, we'll shock them one more time, and after that, it's done. Just like, all right, cool, call it. And it's just like,
yeah, call it. I
feel like you're
that
desensitized to it.
Well, that, and I took it as these guys probably see this so much in
yeah.
Detroit. There's always a cop fucking coming in with holes in them.
Yep.
And they got to at least try,
Yeah.
or make an attempt,
I
Even if
know
they
God.
I know I shouldn't say this, but he's clearly dead.
Yeah. Dude, literally, there's no fucking way, but I guess we'll try. We gave it the college try.
Yeah.
And so then now we get, flashes of him kind of waking up with the TV vision. I like when they put the LED over it. It's the grid, and then every time he screws it, it gets, like, closer and closer. It's like, oh, fuck.
I'm like, man, how does that feel? Like, getting things screwed into your head.
Does he feel, though?
See, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, are his nerves just so shot at that point? No
Well, I
pun
feel like
intended.
they got rid of most of it, because, I mean, they got rid of his arm that survived.
Yeah, but he has
like,
a stomach because he...
Yeah, so I feel like it's just this part of him.
So does he have lungs?
I would think so.
Like I'm curious.
Does he have a heart? I don't know how much is.
Well, I
in
mean,
him.
even if he's got a heart, he could have the Yamaha heart, which looked
That's
like it
true.
had fucking turbo on it. So
Fucking nitrous on that shit, dude. I don't know. I don't
well,
think
I
we're
mean,
supposed
the technology is there. I mean,
Yes.
they basically tell us in the beginning of the movie that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's. I would be curious about his anatomy. I know he's mostly robot, considering they do just lose the other arm.
I
Which
feel
is
like all he
fucked
is in the. I made the mistake of watching the 2014 reboot, and like in that one he has like part of his left arm, and then it's just like this, his spine and like lungs and stomach and stuff. So I wonder if this is the same Murphy, if he's just got torso area and head.
Yeah.
Or
like
face. I don't even know how much of to me it always was like a robot and they just like stretched over and stapled his face onto it. You know, to, like,
That's
give
what it always kinda
that
seemed.
human look, you know?
But then I kind of assume that it's his skull in there and that
Yeah.
his brain is mostly in there, except for they talk about how they're just going to wipe it anyway.
Yeah,
He's not
it's
going to
like-
remember anything. And I'm
who
like,
cares?
okay, well, so half of it I would assume is like computer because he
Yeah.
has programs that he has to follow. Because I mean, he can't kill that one guy,
And they control him with that too. So
you know. And then it's cool. Man, is there anybody out there that has like gone really deep in like maybe the anatomy of RoboCop? It's a weird question, I guess.
send us a picture of the blueprints of Robert Cop because we're curious. Or
Yeah.
leave it in the comments for us to not read.
Yeah. Does he have like a? Does he have a spine? Like he's got to
I
have
feel
like a
like
spinal
because it's
cord.
like yeah, because the nerves like the brain.
So he's just like extremely lucky that like even being dead, his brain somehow didn't die from the lack of oxygen, and
I mean, I feel like they got him on
his
ice,
nerves
like,
did.
quick, you know.
Yeah, but they're wheeling him around in a hospital before he even makes it to the fucking. Like, how much of a corpse can you be before you get turned into a cyborg?
Well, I mean, they only could save the head and the left arm, I guess. So they'll
You
shock
know.
your brain back. They'll put Intel Pentium
Well, I mean, like they
processors
capped
in
it.
there.
He had that
and-
little cap in his
yeah,
forehead.
which they couldn't like sew that up with anything else, get any more fake skin.
See,
Just
and then I
plug it
wonder,
with a
and then I
cork.
wonder about that too. I'm like, is that skin on his face eventually gonna just like rot?
I mean, he still has to eat, so I'm assuming that he's getting nutrients
true.
and his body is making
but then
new cells.
I also had another question: does he have to shave? Does he grow facial hair still? Like, do you have to shave the Robert Cop?
I mean, this part doesn't grow hair, or maybe
Yeah.
it will. Maybe like it'll be like
Yeah, he'll just have this little
little bangs. And he can grow them long enough. He can comb them back and hide his metal head. There's like those flash, to like, oh, him getting worked on, blah, blah, blah. It's New Year's, so progression of time, probably a year, I'm assuming, if not more.
Well, I think after that dude got blown away in that meeting, when Bob or whatever goes up to that dude and he's like, I can get this guy on the street in like 9 months.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that right
so-
there is when I was like, who are you getting on the street in 9 months? Like you are super sure. Like, how do you know? But I guess like there's always cops dying. Because
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, well, he was kind of set up. Was he set up though? Because he just transferred.
Yeah.
Did he transfer like purposely?
Or did they send him there?
Or did they?
Or
Send
were
him
they
there?
just like, oh well, if another cop dies, who cares?
Yeah, we'll just use.
Well, we're gonna
whatever
make him a
corpse.
robot.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
But
you
it's
said,
still-
there's not a low supply of dead cops in Detroit.
Because it seems like they're always getting killed. Like there's always one or two getting shot at. One of them dies, or So there's.
That's why these cops are like, we're fucking going on strike, dude.
But also, like Murphy's kind of a badass. I mean, in the beginning of the movie, he's hanging out of the window with two fucking guns, shooting at these like.
And he spins
That's
his
like-
gun like his
Yeah.
son does. He's just like going after these dudes. Like
Yeah.
they pick the right guy to make it into a robot cop.
Yeah.
There's this really cool reveal of like, like, come on, stand up. This is for you. They're applauding for
Yeah.
you. And he walks by that TV with
Oh, yeah,
has
and
like
you
a
see
camera
him.
on him, and you like see him for a brief moment. It's like, that's a cool fucking
Yeah.
reveal. And instead of just like, here's RoboCop, because even then, like when he goes in the police station, he's like behind the glass, like, oh, what's he?
Yeah, you
look
see him
like,
kind of
you know?
like walk in the building, and everyone's
yeah. What's that? And then you get that reveal of Robert Cop.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Well, he goes and he sits down in his big old chair.
Spin around, getting his directives, what's your 4 things. And then targeting.
Yeah.
follow the pen. And then he gets to go out and do a shift. He catches those keys like a badass. And then he gets in a car, and this made me wonder, how heavy is Robocop?
Right? He's got to be, like, fucking heavy.
He's mostly machine, and when he's stomping around, you hear it. So, like, I feel like that car would have been, like, just dragging. Or is he made out of, like, titanium alloy, so he's really light, carbon fibers? Like, what?
Well, he's made of something that can handle bullets pretty well, that's for sure. Because
to a certain caliber, because later on he was, like, getting holes and stuff. But that was from the ED 209, so I guess that makes sense. You know?
Well, there's that, and then that SWAT team that's, like, just mowing him down after that. But he had already been kind of beat up by the ED.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So how heavy is Robocop?
Yeah. I would assume he's pretty heavy. No,
Yeah.
I mean, unless he's just built poorly, and that's why he stomps around like that.
All right, this is our prototype. This is the first one we've made, all right? We'll make the other ones faster, but we kind of had to make this quick. I told my boss 9 months. So then the first thing he does is that convenience store getting robbed by that guy who hides their safe under, like, Miller Lite cans.
Yeah, but empty ones?
Empty ones,
That'll never get knocked over.
Mm-hmm. And then does Robocop... Fuck, this Robert Cop's gone on too long. I'm actually literally saying Robert Cop now.
It's now the joke of this episode.
Just how I'm saying it now.
I'm sorry.
When he threw him into the glass, did he just leave him there? Because he was like, have a nice day, or whatever, and then he just leaves. I'm like, did they just call it in, like...
I feel like they may... I don't know. Because, like, did he,
Because, like, you don't see him, like, put him in his
him?
car, and he's just like, well, the others will come pick him up now, and it's like...
He's dead, so you deal with it.
Yeah. I did my part. Have a nice day. This goes into the scene of the two guys and the blonde lady with the curly, very bad wig. And there is something out there, ladies and gentlemen, you have to watch.
Especially if you've seen this movie. Because it makes it even better.
I make all of my new friends that I make watch this. Because I got to tell you the right number, though. Hang on, folks. I'm going to cut this out. Don't worry. Okay. So there is this thing called Our Robocop Remake. And it's like a bunch of people remade scenes of Robocop, a bunch of different people. Our Robocop... What did I just say?
It's like scene...
27?
Yeah.
Scene 27, I haven't seen most of it, but scene 27 has the best fucking quality to it for, like... It looks like it was, like, actually a RoboCop film clip.
Yeah,
like, it's fucking well made.
It looks like it comes straight from the movie. It's great.
But they do this scene, which these two guys are, assaulting this woman. She's got more hair down there.
Yeah.
Remember that acting when you watch the Our RoboCop remake scene, because they do it the exact same.
It's pretty spot on. It's great.
Yeah, it's over the top. He's gonna kill her, man. He's gonna kill her. And then he shoots her through the dress right into the penis.
Yep, shoots the guy right in the dick.
And it blows up, and he's screaming. And then in our RoboCop remake, that just keeps happening. Just more people show up.
But more people show up, and just people just dicks out, fucking
hopping the fence, and he's just fucking blowing.
He's going to town
up with a gun. It's like, so fucking great, folks.
Shooting dicks. It's the greatest thing in the world.
Like when I meet new friends, I make them watch this scene. Because that's also how I judge my friendship on these people. But I love this scene because it's so well made and it's fucking hilarious. Please watch it.
It's hard to explain how well made. It
seriously is. Like, it's
the production quality of a bunch of men getting shot in their dicks is.
And the suit, the RoboCop suit is good. And when he's trying to get in the car at the end, makes me fucking laugh.
Oh, I love that.
But anyway, go watch our RoboCop remake, scene 27, after you watch this episode.
Yeah.
Or better yet, just stop it now, go watch that scene, come back. Now you're part of the joke. Now you're part of...
Now you can laugh with us.
Our friendship.
Or maybe you've already seen it, and you're like, dude, I know what you're talking about. That shit is hilarious. And it is. You're right.
So, there's something I noticed... when I really actually looked at it in this, when he's walking around and doing his shift, and before he goes to that guy that's like holding the mayor hostage. I didn't realize how like awful it would be to be wearing that mask because it's right over your nose.
Yeah.
So you're just breathing hot air into your eyes. Like there's no ventilation. It's just like completely over his nose and face. So like you're just breathing into your eyes. So I'm guessing you would have to breathe out your mouth, but like RoboCop's not walking around like So poor fucking Peter Weller? No, Peter Weller's from fucking
It's
Yeah, it is Peter Weller.
Yeah.
Peter Weller breathing in his own mask, fogging it up, wearing this whole heavy suit.
I would
God
love to
bless
ask
you,
him
sir.
about that.
Oh, I heard it's an awful experience.
Oh.
Like, he lost a lot. Like, I guess he was losing like fucking weight by sweating every
sweating
day.
so bad. That's
so.
awful.
I guess they ended up like putting an air conditioning unit at one point. And then the only other bit of information I know, because I remember seeing this as a clip, is like when he's doing the driving scenes, he's just wearing the top half, and then the bottom half he's just like in his underwear because they can't fit the legs in there too. So like, poor fucking guy, man. Like,
you know what though? I mean, obviously, like
it
dedicated
was
to
worth
the
it.
craft, and it was
dude,
amazing.
It fucking
So,
was
you know,
worth it, dude.
It's so worth it. It's a great movie.
I'm a desperate man. I want a fresh coffee. I want a really expensive car. Like, I like how that was his first demand, the guy. And I want a recount and a car. The
Like, I was
SU,
really oh
the
yeah,
6000 SUX.
yeah,
It's great.
I love it. That thing is brought up a whole bunch.
This RoboCop was sponsored by 6000 SUX with cruise control.
It's funny because there's the like that scene where that one guy pulls up and he's like, "Oh, I just got out of prison,"
Yeah.
and then he blows it up, or
Oh,
Red
man.
blows it up.
Mm-hmm.
But when they drive away in the other one, because Red's got one of those,
It's got
Like,
the
he's-
turbos on, man.
yeah. But it's also missing. Its taillights are out. I noticed as he's driving away because there's like a. It was cool. There's like 6, and like I noticed on one side like a few of them were out. I'm like, I wonder if that was like unintentional.
Yeah. Probably from all the fucking explosions that were happening and like.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna get to this point, folks. Now I don't want to wait. The bald dude shoots it into the shop. His van is parked next to, and you see the van go. Whoo. I'm like, dude, you could have blown up the fucking car. You're just like,
Right.
Stop.
These are guns that cause explosions.
Now we've blown up 2 modes of transportation. Now we only have the one car. We're not all fitting in that.
Well, they've
Think
got the
with your
van
head,
still.
man. Well, no, because you could have blown up the van.
Oh yeah.
You would have only had one at that point. What are you doing, man? Use your head. RoboCop stops a hostage situation by ripping the guy through the wall, which that was a really fucking cool, like, thermal vision.
Yeah.
Because, like, I spent too long looking at it, and I was like, those are just suits.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks like you can kind of see it, like, it looks like a big old spandex suit just painted over a person, and I was like, but it fucking works so well. It looks like thermal
Like
vision.
it looks like thermal vision.
Yeah, I'm like, that's fucking good.
Well, and it's not like they sit there like on it for too long.
Yeah.
It's really quick, so it's just like, oh.
It's just that early. I mean, I'm glad that we finally were able to get like that technology later to do on film, but it's like that early days of like. Maybe I won't talk about it because it's later on in the season. If I'm gonna talk about it, we'll cut it out.
Okay.
But in Escape from New York. Anyway, back to RoboCop.
Anyway, so he.
Throws that dude out the window.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like the news thing. I'm talking about, oh, is RoboCop safe? And then he's at that school and like kids get to meet him and stuff like that.
And they all look like they're touching his crotch.
Yeah, dude. I'm like,
Like I was like, what is the deal?
whoa.
I'm like, maybe it's just like the angle that the cameras
Yeah.
are, but
It's
like,
like,
that first little girl just looked like she went up and just like totally just put her hand right on his crotch. I was like,
boom. I'm just like, okay.
I get them like touching him, but like they're going right for it. I mean, as a kid, you're curious. You're like, this robot, has he got?
What's RoboCop working with down there?
Yeah, what's
Nothing.
Robert Cop got?
He must have a rectum because if he's eating food, he's making waste.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. RoboCop either has to I'm sure it's just a tube from his like intestines that go out into something, so it looks like baby food coming out, probably smells like baby food coming out, but like he has to poop.
No, probably. I wouldn't imagine it
least.
smelling like baby food coming out. I mean, he would still be gaining all the like nutrients and shit from it. So it's
Yeah,
coming out
and
as
leaving
poop.
behind the waste. Or is
Yeah.
it just such pure food that it doesn't make waste? It's just all absorbed in his
It
body.
just
I don't know.
absorbs it all. I
Like-
know there's a lot of science behind RoboCop that I'm curious
Does
about.
RoboCop poop? Who knows? That's actually a thing to think about.
Yeah.
If you know, ladies and gentlemen, let us know. 'Cause
Yeah, or does his body work so efficiently that he just absorbs every little bit of like
zero
baby
waste
food that
working
he
down
eats?
there. Zero waste.
And also, like, does he eat through his mouth, or is it like?
I would imagine because it comes out like a pudding. You know, I could have at least given it in bar form. I mean, he's got teeth still and a jaw. Like
Yeah.
at least make him not give him like here comes the plane. Woo.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
Make it like a granola.
Or at least give
bar.
him like a smoothie or something. You know?
Yes. Not like here's the baby food.
They put a bib on it.
Yeah. Here
Feed
comes
him in
the
the chair.
airplane.
Yeah.
The guy who came with the RoboCop program, he's got a promotion now. Him and his buddy get to go to the executive bathroom with
And
because
they're,
you
like,
get a
fighting
gold
over
card.
The card who gets
You
to
get a
open the
gold
door.
card. You get to go to the fancy bathroom, which is a fucking nightmare to me because the dividers between the stalls were just glass, and I can't fucking pee like that, folks.
No.
That's not privacy. Putting a glass divider is a see-through glass divider is not privacy. I need a 4-foot fucking wall next to each of them, and you can't see each other's.
Also, when I go to the bathroom with my friend, we're not standing next to each other.
No.
We're not chatting.
Nope.
We're pissing. We're getting out of there. If we're
And I
talking,
don't like people-
we're at the sink.
Yeah. I don't like people who talk to me in the bathroom.
No.
It's a sacred like there's an unspoken rule. It's a I don't want to say sacred space, but it's a intimate moment of you releasing your bowels or your bladder. And it's like, I don't want to talk to anybody while I'm doing this.
Especially, like, coworkers.
Yeah. Stand next
Yeah.
to each other. Oh, I can't believe you got it. Oh yeah, the old man's gonna die pretty soon. Oh boy, and then the
Yeah,
guy
he's-
comes out of the stall and he comes up too quick
And
and
that
he's
other
got
guy
piss
pisses
dots
all
on
over
him.
his pants.
Yeah.
Like, you're that scared of him?
You fucked with the wrong guy. We could have been friends, man.
Yeah. Like, I would have been, like, not as nice, or I would have said a lot more than he did, and then he just
Yeah.
stood there and just looking at him like, whoa. I would have been like, get out of my fucking face, you old bitch. Like, I don't give
Yeah,
a shit.
bitch.
I'm like,
Fuck you, old man.
I'm like, you literally killed a dude in front of everybody. Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
You know, the iron was hot. I struck it. I took my chance.
That's how it works, brother.
You heard
Um,
me? You're a pussy.
Yeah.
What? But I guess he
Cool,
can.
man.
And I would agree with him because, like a coward, he sends someone else to do his dirty work.
So then RoboCop starts having dreams.
Oh yeah, he has the dream.
And he has the flashbacks of, you know, his family, his son, him getting shot to fucking smithereens.
Oh yeah.
Which nobody notices. Like, you would hear him making those noises in the background.
Yeah,
and they,
all his servos make noise every time he fucking moves. And he's
like,
loud and big.
this lady's got just looking at, like, the screen's right there. If that were to change, I would notice that. Like, oh, what's going on?
Well, yeah, you
And
see
then-
that one guy's face in it too.
Yeah, multiple times. And then, like, they don't have any alarms going off. Like, if this thing starts doing that, we should probably have an alarm. It's like, no, just like,
And well,
He
I
gets
mean,
up.
like, even after everything goes down, that other guy is like, "Oh, you're not going to deactivate him? It's just a fucking dream."
yeah, you're gonna attack him because he had a fucking dream. But he has a dream about that, gets up, and just fucking leaves the station.
Yep.
And then at this time, bald head guy is getting gas for his motorbike, and he robs the. Were you a college boy?
Talk about insecure. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Like, he didn't
dude?
even say anything. He's like, "What are you reading, man?" And he's like, "Oh, you think you're some college boy?
Oh, what do you think you're smart or something? Bet you think you're smart. And then starts
But
kicking that thing. I'm like,
can
what
you
are
think
you?
you can outsmart a bullet? Answer me, dude!" And then, like, you know, RoboCop shows up.
And like that to me, I'm just like, oh, good God.
Yeah. Calm the fuck down. College boy, huh? Seems like someone's a
Think you're
little
smarter than
insecure
me?
about.
I don't know how to read. Fuck you.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't say
He
anything.
didn't say anything. He doesn't say a word once. He just kind of.
No. That's it. But then RoboCop remembers him, and then he starts recording because the guy's like, "We shot you, man," because he also remembers him.
Yeah.
He's like, "We killed you, man."
Well,
we
because he
killed
says
you."
that Dead or
or
Alive,
Alive.
you're coming with me, and he's like, wait a minute.
And you can recognize those person lips from anywhere. You're
Oh,
like, I know
my
those
God.
lips. Fucking
Well,
Peter Welland.
Lewis recognized him instantly,
Well, yeah.
even though
'cause
she
she's
didn't
probably,
say anything. But wouldn't that freak you out though?
yeah.
Like that's your partner, and he's in there shooting the gun. He just does it.
And she was only with him for a day, dude. And she like instantly saw it was him.
Yeah.
So like everybody had to know it was Robocop. Like Alex Murphy, like, because she saw him do the thing, you know.
Mm-hmm. She
Look,
might have
she
been the
noticed-
only one that saw him do that. Though.
Yeah, that's true. Noticed his kissable lips, and she was like, "Oh, that's Murphy." Because she was staring at him all shift. They were together. She's just like,
Oh yeah, she was digging
those
him.
lips.
She was
Those
digging him
lips.
after he turned into a fucking robot.
I mean, he's got them lips, and that.
I know, I mean, and
je
you get
ne
that-
sais
you-
quoi about him.
You get
know?
that helmet off, and damn,
Look at those eyes, them piercing blue eyes.
I know.
Gas station blows up.
Robert
was
Cop just
cool.
walks out of it like a badass.
Starts shooting at the
Also,
guy.
though, like, how does he not burn? Like,
I don't know, because he gets like later on. At least he's hiding it when he's getting shot. But like that would have still been like. it's melting
yeah,
off.
like I'm surprised that he didn't get shot in the face a whole lot more or get cut
Yeah.
up.
Well, henchmen aren't really good shots. So.
No, but I mean, at that time when he's getting just like shot at as the Robert Cop,
But he's doing this.
he is, but it's
Yeah.
that whole SWAT team like lighting him up. I like
Yeah.
how he escapes though, just like rolling down the.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. So he gets the guy. You know, who are you? Goes back to the station, and gets his little R2D2 thing out, and puts it in the computer. Which I'm glad all computers just have the R2D2 hole in them. You know.
So, and then my question to that is, who else has those? That can access.
like
it
I'm wondering
that?
if that's what like hard drives look like. You know. Or something like that. Like that's what their USB flash drives look like. They
it's
look
just
like
a spike that you carry
Yeah.
around.
All right, perfect. Yeah.
It's like
All my music's on this now. Like,
it's like
So it's a
also I
spec-
could stab you with it if I
yeah,
needed to.
it's a specific tool that his hand
Yeah.
goes in.
And now, since he was created, now everything has to have that.
And so now he knows who he was. And he goes and checks out his old house, and it's up for sale. And that
Well, and
guy's
that wouldn't
talking
that
about
freak
it.
you out? Like your face pops up, deceased.
Yeah. You're like, now I'm remembering who I am. Whole existential crisis on Robert Copp's part, too.
Yeah.
But like when he's at the house, and you know he's remembering the Halloween, and like crushes up the thing, which like nobody's bought the house because there's still that shit on the counter. Or is it a shrine or something? I don't know.
Well, yeah, and it looks like stuff has been burned. It's like, what is
Yeah.
going? What happened here?
I don't know if those were like a shrine that they left there. Obviously, nobody's buying the house because you know.
Yeah.
But that face he makes when he's like leaving,
When
and then he punches the
when
screen.
he's all pissed
like,
off. Well, I mean,
I
like,
will.
it's
Okay.
hard to, in my opinion, because I thought that too. I'm like, it's kind of a goofy face, but I'm like, how do you show? Like, that's hard.
Emotion.
Anger is.
And like I will say, like you know, it's goofy because the way his body moves and his mouth. But like he does actually a really good job of like showing emotion with just this, because he doesn't even get eyes. So like you know he does it in his face and like his body too, but he's limited actions because he's a fucking robot. So like that scene when he's in the house and he sees like the vision of his wife and it goes away, like his face, I was like, wow, actually that's really fucking good.
Yeah, like,
acting
it
for
was,
just this part, like yeah,
Because like he's walking because he starts moving faster. Like when he's walking through the house and he starts looking really like
yeah.
distraught and angry. Like he's realizing like, oh, you
Yeah.
fucking assholes. Like,
And like sadness just in this
And I'm-
too, like man.
and at that point, I'm wondering, would you have rather them let you just die, or would you have rather them tell your family that you became a robot? Like
Exactly,
what a
yeah.
shitty like dilemma.
What a great fucking choice that I have.
Yeah.
Like, oh, die or tell my family I'm a
And,
fucking giant
like-
cyborg monster now.
Also, you just didn't really get a choice.
No, that's the shitty part too. Like, yeah,
but then you
waking up
kind
after
of
that
did
going,
because
oh.
you signed into it unknowingly. Like
yeah,
I don't know. There's stuff in this that make it fucked up that he became RoboCop, but like there's
Yeah.
stuff that like doesn't seem like it is that bad. Like they were forcing him into it, but like
Yeah, I don't.
there
or
were
just-
there were
it's-
there were just some loopholes that should have been explained to him more, I think. And
Well, when they're coming through the door like that, because they're so dead, you
Yeah.
don't want to get them on the user agreements all.
I
the
mean,
time.
yeah,
Like,
and they're already like on the way to striking. So
Yeah,
I mean,
so,
it's
like, you know
understandable.
what? Somewhere in here it says we might turn you a robot. What? Okay, see ya.
But I mean, like again, with this future, that's something that doesn't seem too like out of the ordinary to get
Yeah.
robot parts, and
Yeah.
so maybe it's just it's just a thing. They might experiment with
Or-
robot stuff.
It wasn't on the up and up, super illegal. So like that's why they didn't tell his family that he's still alive. It's like, oh, we're not supposed to let anybody know that we brought a dead cop back to life. Like, so it's like that's also to that of like maybe they didn't tell his family because it's like, oh, this is illegal what we're doing, so we
Yeah.
can't let you know he's alive.
Well, I mean, the other guy is very obviously doing illegal shit,
Yeah.
but I don't think the Bob guy was. I think he was just seriously trying to make cops. Like I think he was just doing.
Money,
I mean,
baby,
he's like
get charged, get be under the old
basically.
man's wing.
Yeah, he just wanted to make money. I mean, that's what he was doing. I mean, he made a sick ass Robocop. He was proud of Robert.
Dude, he really was when he was like, "This is for you," and he's like sticking up for him. You know, he's like
Yeah.
all excited when he's getting shown off, and even when they're like, he's like, "You want Dak for me because he had a fucking dream? That's my boy. That's Robocop. That's my guy.
Yeah, that's Robert Cop, and he even says like, "You're a bad motherfucker."
Yeah, you're gonna be a bad motherfucker." And it's like, thanks, brother. He had actual support
Yeah.
from Bob, just 100%
Like-
like a father looking upon a son of like
It's
fuck yeah,
it's
dude.
shitty in the sense that he got like they view him as like a product, but he
Yeah.
kind of seemed like he gave a shit about him a little bit.
Kind of in a weird way, because I mean it is his investment after all. But
Yeah.
he's like fucking proud of it. Like a guy who built a fucking cool robot, I'd be like, fuck yeah, dude, that's
The
my
only one
robot, dude.
The only one that the people that treat him like a human are the cops. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
oh man, he's a cop. When they're
Yeah.
gonna like shoot him, and Lewis because
Mm-hmm.
she knows it's Murphy.
Yeah, she probably told the office too, because at that point, yeah, they're like, oh, he's a cop though. I mean, he is a cop. He's working as a cop. He has a
Yeah.
badge, so you still gotta
he's
stick up for your
working
fellow
the
cops.
police. Like
Yeah.
that's why it was so weird that like, and is that SWAT team like, is that OCP?
Okay,
like,
we keep going. Yeah, we keep going back to that point into the movie. But yeah, that I think those guys were hired by OCP. But it looked like the cop from the beginning, the SWAT
Yeah.
dude with the.
Yeah.
But maybe I mean, technically the OCP does fund the police department, so they technically do own them. So then he could be like, "Oh, this robot's out of control," and he's like, "Oh, I gotta take care of it. Boss said so." You know.
Yeah.
That comes from way up.
Yeah. Even though he's like in cahoots with, what's his name, Red Foreman.
Yeah. Clarence.
Clarence.
I got him, Clarence. So he
That's
goes.
why
to that,
they go by their last names, because the last
Yeah.
name sounds more menacing than their first
Yeah,
name.
Clarence. So then now he's going out finding all these dudes, and he goes that club, which
What kind of goddamn music is that?
this is what I like to think about this. So this was like 2044,
Yeah.
right? I feel like 80s cultures come back again, so that's why they're like super over the top 80s, but they're like that what you would mimic the 80s would look like. So it's like that weird, like, you know, like what we did when 80s were coming back, like, oh, people totally dress like this in 80s,
Yeah.
but they didn't.
Yeah.
So like it's that over the top version of it, the music that people are trying to make
like
80s
a retro
music.
futuristic. But it was
Yeah.
it was weird though. It reminded me of like a Nine Inch Nails mixed with
Yeah.
like weird synth that just didn't make sense. So like
Yeah.
Like I just couldn't
dude.
ma-
It's 2044, dude. You were
like
you
it's like
weren't
a
ready for
weird
that yet.
it's like a goth club but like not.
Yeah. So it's just like I was just thinking about, I'm like, man, it's just like, you know, cool 80s music in 2044. Like they're going through
And
their
like
80s.
something I
phase.
didn't notice like when I first saw this movie is there's two women like right at the beginning of when he walks in just full on topless. And
Oh, I
was
didn't
like-
even notice it this time.
I was like,
just, oh
what
shit,
in the-
really?
I was like, what in the hell? That was what the fuck?
I guess they had to have boobs in it somewhere, because I was like, oh, I don't remember seeing any. But
Yeah, I was just like
and I totally missed those. Holy shit. Okay.
two women, but it's a really quick scene. Like 'cause
Yeah.
it's right when he's walking in, like he goes past him, like
Oh, okay.
and they're dancing, and I'm just like, what? Oh,
Okay.
there are boobs.
I never knew.
There are boobs in RoboCop, but you got to be paying attention. It's the club scene. You gotta pause it. They're
All
literally
right.
in the corner of the screen.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Look at that. There it is, honey.
That Robocop,
Look,
those
honey.
Robocop boobs.
The two guys from film were right.
They
There's
were right.
boobs in
There
RoboCop.
is boobs in Robocop.
Wow, movies are really advancing these days, aren't they, honey?
I'm like, this is from 1987.
So he finds Ray Wise's character there, drags him out by his hair, which robot would tear that hair out. That's why he's like, like grabs.
Well,
it
I don't know,
immediately,
man. Like, in Terminator 2, that guy gets lifted up by his hair
yeah, and just
and by a robot.
hair's pretty strong, I guess, in your head. I don't know.
If you get enough of it. Now, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, some people got stronger hair than others.
All I know is I would not want to be lifted up by mine,
Oh, fuck
either
that.
by person or robot cop. I don't. Neither way.
Yeah.
When Bob is like celebrating with the two prostitutes or whatever, and Clarence comes in, and this is one of my favorite quotes of a movie of all time, folks, is he comes in and just goes, "Bitches, leave."
I love it. Love it. Bitches leave.
It's like the delivery of it, and the fact that he's just like, "All right, you guys are good, get out," but it's like, "Bitches, leave." It's just...
And it's great because like there's like the cocaine on tape. He just walks up to it and just
yeah.
And how many times he shoots him in the leg?
Yeah. It's like once probably would have been enough.
Like he wasn't gonna get. Well, I don't know.
He knew that he's not going to get out of the situation. But like, fuck it, might as well shoot a guy a couple times in the legs. And then he pulls out a DVD,
Yeah.
like a CD, and he puts it in, and then it plays a video. So like, he had a DVD, dude.
In '87.
Fucking
I mean, it
Paul
probably-
Verhoeven probably, instead
it
of
probably
wasn't
really
like a
wasn't
laser
a-
disc, but like
probably
the
wasn't an actual
technology of
DVD,
it.
but the
Yeah,
idea.
but like the idea of like, ooh, a CD that can have an image, like it happened. It wasn't like laser disc.
And then he takes that grenade out. It's like, oh, dude, what?
Yeah. It's got a long timer on it because like he does not hurry up getting out of that place. He fucking takes his
he's
time.
like, and set it on down and saunter out. And
And
even
they
like,
also-
looks at the video too for a second.
I
then
feel like
walks out.
he also timed that video. I think the guy that recorded it was like, okay, at this point, pull the grenade out, pull the pin, because it's gonna end exactly when it blows up. I'm gonna be like, you're fired or something. But if you start pulling the grenade at this point in my speech on the DVD, perfect. Dude.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's gonna be good timing.
Be great if he had pulled it a little bit too early, and he's like, so hopefully he pulled the grenade pin by now.
Yeah, I hope so.
Just him in the video. So by this time, you should have pulled the pin in the grenade, and I'll be
Right.
done talking, and the explosion should be going on right now.
Yeah. And the poor guy's like sitting there,
Watching it,
legs
like, what the
bleeding, just like. I don't think he pulled this. You didn't pull this at the right time. He's still standing there. Oh shit! He's watching it too. Fucking Clarence is just like, oh, I forgot to pull the pin. Shit.
Here, hold on to that. I'm out of here.
I'm gonna shoot you a couple more times in the legs just to be safe. Hold on to that. Pull it, and then I'm out of here. Sorry. So then now there's the over-the-top processing, bottling of cocaine warehouse I've ever seen. They're putting these like nice glass little vials and stuff like that. I'm like, that's pretty good containers.
I mean, like
for
that's
cocaine,
like that's like if it was legalized and we were
Yeah.
distributing it, like.
But it's like illegal, so it's like.
It's like,
he
man,
just
you
really
guys
likes
got a
making
big.
fancy thing.
He's Italian. He's like an Italian mobster. He's like,
Oh,
I
we're
got
not
his
just
lady-
going to give you cocaine in a little bag. No, we're going to give you it in this cool little hourglass-shaped vase, if you will.
And then
you
you
can
can
reuse
do-
it,
yeah,
or
you
you
can
can
reuse-
recycle.
Yeah.
He's thinking of the environment, if anything.
Yeah. Right.
He's a very green way of thinking for a cocaine manufacturer.
And so they're in there, and Clarence is whipping money out and throwing it. He's like,
Because he wants to like work with them or buy shit or something like that.
he wants a discount, and he
Oh,
wants,
yeah.
and he's like basically talking about how he's like the number one there, and he's like, well, basically this is my town, so do what I say.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm not cool with like doing discounts and shit. And then they pull guns on each other, and then he's like, wow,
Guys, come on. And then dips his fingers in the guy's wine and goes,
yeah,
not even
what?
in his mouth. I'm like, that's a good vintage. This is how I test.
Yeah. And then he takes a drink of it. I would have probably just taken it and like
You
set
just
it
have
somewhere.
that.
You can have
that now. Can I have some? Thanks.
You can have all the rest of it.
You
just put your fingers
I just wanted to try it out.
and you drink wine through your nose. Whatever. You've been huffing that thing since you've been here.
And then some banging on the door. And then these guys pick up their guns in the worst way possible by like spilling all the cocaine while they're doing it. Guys hopping over, just like making a mess.
Cocaine, like clouds of fucking cocaine. Robocop comes in, breathes it all in.
He doesn't get high.
Everybody's breathing it in though.
Yeah,
Like
Robocop doesn't get high.
well, he has that thing over his nose, so he can't.
That's true. That's true. It's the drug filter.
Yeah.
I will always come clean in any urine test.
Gross.
Oh, come clean, gross. He does that too. I will always pee clean.
He doesn't have he doesn't have junk like that though. Remember, because what's his name kicks him in it, and it's just a metal. Man, that sucks.
I don't think I would want it.
I wouldn't either, but like knowing that you're just like nothing, just I'm a face. Lewis,
I'm a face and some organs.
It's not gonna happen, all right?
It ain't happening, baby.
He's got these
Oh, but
sweet
Murphy-
robot fingers.
But Murphy, we could always attachments for that.
She just wants
Hey,
to bang a robot.
When she's in love, man. Love is love.
He can go all night, dude. He's a machine.
Literally.
You folks see where I'm going with that? Did you guys see?
Meaning
the joke
that
there?
he can have sexual intercourse all night long.
All
Because
night.
he's literally a machine powered
And
by baby food.
Yeah, he doesn't have stamina, I guess.
He doesn't need it. He's got so much baby food protein in him. He is sitting all those nutrients for constant lovemaking. And the suit's powers. So. That's why when he's getting shot later and all that brown goo, it's just baby food, man. It's not oil.
The baby food lubes him up too. It's just
It's that whole body, that whole suit is just run by baby food.
by baby food.
It's efficiency, dude. Because he also eats it. And poops it out, so you can just keep recycling that.
Well, we
baby
don't know if
food.
he poops it. It might
That's
just
true.
keep going
That's
through
true.
his body. We haven't
true.
figured out whether or not he's got an anus or a rectum or whatever.
Darn near kill him. This is a cool scene because he's like shooting those dudes like hand up because he's targeted them. He's even shooting dudes not looking.
Oh, he does
Got
that.
rail kills, guys like whoa, whoa, flipping over the rail.
That one guy he kills. It's like that chubby dude up on.
Oh,
The way he dies is just
Yeah.
like the spin.
Yeah.
Or when he shoots that one dude and then he shoots the
Turns.
mob boss and he just goes
And he flies backwards like that dude in Face Off when Nicolas Cage shoots
Yeah.
him with the shotgun. He goes, whoo, like flies
how
through those
far he
boxes too.
flies.
It just reminded me of Face Off right when I saw that. I was like, man, it's like that dude getting like owned by the shotgun.
I laughed. There were a few times I laughed in this.
It's fun to laugh at it. It's it's not
Well,
serious.
I mean-
but it's just because it's a goofy happening,
It was
time.
the guy that got shot on the table.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the way he's laying there on the table getting shot still.
Yeah.
Like, it's just such overkill. It's great. Anyway.
So he's throwing Clarence through the window, saying he's under arrest. He's gonna kill him. He's like, "You're a cop."
And he's like,
I'm a cop.
you're right. And he takes him in.
Giving him his Miranda rights while he's throwing him around, throwing him through glass that breaks before his body even gets to it.
Yeah.
There's like a scene where that happens where like it cracks and then the guy flies through it. I'm like, hey, it's all right. You didn't time the stunt right. Who gives a shit? It's RoboCop. Have fun.
Yeah. So he beats
So
the crap out of him, takes him to the precinct.
Book him.
Book him. For what?
He's a cop killer.
I like how they all just
Nice.
look at him like,
And he spits the blood on the thing. He's like, now give me my fucking phone call.
like, who are you gonna call?
Well, he was saying to RoboCop, he was confessing.
He's like all, hey, Dick. I mean,
Dick. Gary,
Richard Gary.
my friend, normal friend, not the guy that's the head of a big corporation.
I
Come
need
get
bail.
me. Where's we'll get you?
Well, the other guy got arrested too. because he gets out and gets that car.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true, huh? So he goes to arrest Dick. Robocop does, and this is when you find out that he can't. He's not allowed to.
Yeah, he can't mess with any of the like higher ups. Like he can't do anything with them. The ones that are like. So the big boss, the number 2 guy, and Bob, and basically anybody that's like a boss.
Yeah.
I think.
He can't do nothing to him, so they can get away with what they want to.
Yeah, he basically shuts down if he tries to touch him.
Yeah. And then he brings in his Ed 209, and there's a fucking fight between the two. It's mostly Robocop just getting the shit kicked out of him, but gets thrown through walls and dodges some missiles.
Lucky on the missiles.
Yeah.
But it's cool how he destroys that thing's arm.
Yeah.
Makes it shoot itself.
And then you find out its biggest weakness is stairs.
Yeah. Can't go down stairs.
Robocop's got better legs than you, man.
Well, he's a friggin' human.
Yeah.
Like they made him into just a man again, just a big metal dude.
So it can go down normal stairs. This big old Ed, its feet are too big for tiny human stairs. You didn't think of the engineering and the capabilities of what's going to do on the streets now, did you, Dick?
Yeah, I know, because
you just wanted it
just
to
a
look
little,
cool.
a little stoop is going to just knock it the fuck over, and people are going to dismantle it.
Bad guys can just go downstairs, and people are like, oh, I can't get to him. Think, dude. Don't just make it look cool. Make it practical.
But I mean, like, he didn't give a fuck about it being practical. I mean, he even says it later on. I don't care.
True.
Like, it's about making extra parts and making money for, like,
That's true.
The military.
So hopefully we don't fight any wars in areas with stairs.
Yeah, because the robots won't be able to go down them.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be fine, because we don't have... If we're fighting robots, we'll be...
we'll just go down all the stairs, yeah. Clarence is at jail. He gets bailed by Dick. Goes to Dick's office. Hits on that girl and puts gum on her thing. And then when he leaves it, you can keep the gum. It's like, ugh. So he's like, I need you guys to kill Robocop because you're a little baby bitch and you spilled your guts out to him. And then he's like, well, we're going to need some fucking power.
Yeah, like
that's when they get these...
They get the big old
phantom cannons or whatever they are. Cobra cannons or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is when those dudes just start blowing shit up that's right next to them. They're close to that car that they fucking blow up.
They're close to everything they blow up.
And they're all just like nonchalant, just like standing there.
They don't even move when the shit explodes. They just stand there looking at it.
They're like, cool.
I'm like, is that a thing? Can you get that desensitized to...
Hey,
explosions and just
that's Detroit, baby. So they have the tracker for Robocop. Oh, that's right. After Robocop escapes the Ed 209, that's when the SWAT's shooting the shit out of him. Mm-hmm. And then he rolls, and Lewis finds him.
Yeah, because he escapes. He rolls down the... he just keeps going through the levels on the parking garage. And, which is pretty cool. It's a good way to escape clever, because he's not like super fast. And
so he's like a slinky, just kind of going down.
And then Lewis finds him.
And she picks him up, gets him in the car.
And when she picks him up, I was like, damn, dude, he's got to be fucking heavy. And she's strong.
Exactly. She just lifts, dude. She's just like, oh, this is nothing. Because you don't even see her struggle, dude.
I'd say I thought she kind of struggled a little bit once she got him like up and he kind of does a lean toward her and she was like, just like, but I mean that could have just been because of like the suit itself and in the movie, like when he leaned on her, she was like, oh shit.
Okay. I'm not that ready, dude. Come on.
Because I mean he looks fucking like that thing looks huge next to her.
Yeah.
Like when he's like leaning on her, like it kind of. To me, gave me a little bit more perspective of how big the suit actually is.
Yeah, it really
and,
is.
The shoulders are like, they're big.
Fucking massive, man.
So, I mean,
they got to fit a whole dude in there, too, so it's like...
Yeah. So, I mean, I understand, like, the not being able to fit in the car and just, like, being uncomfortable constantly. That thing had to be awful.
But it looks fucking cool.
God, it looks cool. Even the battle damage one looks fucking cool.
So fucking cool. So, the bad guys are gonna meet him at the... They have a tracker on him. Lewis is taking him to the warehouse. They had that intimate moment of her, talking about his family and then helping him re-aim his sights,
Oh, yeah, because he was just firing his gun all willy-nilly by her face while she's sleeping.
But then the bad guys are coming, so they're like, let's fucking get him.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts being able to sneak around so sneakily all of a sudden, because suddenly he's up on some catwalk.
Yeah, and he's not stomping anymore. He's like, no, I got this. Now I'm gonna
Chucks
sneak.
that thing, and they're all like, "Whoa, noise! Let's shoot!" He's ninjaing around. Apparently, you can. When he takes his mask off and becomes human mode, he can ninja. He can be really.
Yeah, he
quiet.
can be really quiet.
Yeah,
And he's a little bit faster too.
just a little bit. It's
Not
that
too much,
aerodynamicy.
But like just slightly fast enough to get away from like bigger like explosions and stuff. Because they shoot at
Or
him
the
up
car
there, but-
when he like dives, like quickly walks out of the way of the fucking
Yeah.
thing that like smashes. I was like, "You're not gonna make that, dude."
Yeah, like in the toxic waste thing,
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh.
Then he does that quick dive, and I'm like,
Woo.
or was that speed before?
Mm-hmm. He only gets one little dash. It has to recharge like a video game.
Oh, okay. He's got a dash. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that fucking toxic waste, when that guy comes out of it and he's like, "Woo," like that's always been one of my favorite fucking
Love
parts
it.
of this movie. Is just like how he looks after toxic waste, and it's like getting worse, but it's like it's so gross looking and shit. It's like
Well,
the detail they put into it's so fucking great.
What grosses me out the most is like the shit that's all over. Like it's like little like
Yeah,
things in the water, like whatever was in
Yeah.
that thing. It's like, God, gross. Like even if like I imagine myself in that situation. Even if it didn't mutate me horribly, I'd just be covered in
all these things, and every time you try to wipe, they're not coming off.
they're not coming off, and they're
stuck
just
on you.
spreading around and getting all over, and they're in your hair and shit. And
Let's kill myself at that point.
and I have
Jesus.
long hair, and kill me. I'm just laying there in cold
me.
water. You're fine, dude.
You're not
Ow.
mutating. It's just sticky and full of chunky stuff.
Oh, God, it feels like some giant puked on me.
Covered in fucking sweet and sour sauce.
With bits of chicken in it. Oh, God. Oh, somebody chewed on it already.
Ugh, kill me.
I think you just need to rinse off.
Yeah, just, no.
Just writhing
me.
around it. It's like,
Kill me. But the way he like straight up turns to just like goo when he gets hit by the car.
turns in, he smashes like
Just
a burrito.
Like I was like Final Cut. Oh my God. That's a
I would-
movie, folks.
I would
I don't
love
know how
to
to
know if
find that
anybody
again.
else has seen that movie.
Yeah. It's
Like,
called
Ty-
Final Cut. It's not the one with Robin Williams and Jim Caviezel. I'm going to tell you that right now. So when you Google Final Cut, it's not going to be that. It's like this small independent.
I wouldn't even consider it like a
Holy.
B movie. It's, oh God, it's. I
Yeah.
don't even know how it ended up, where it ended up.
Anyway, they're fighting. Lewis gets shot because she was chasing him in the car. Which there was that part where like the hubcap comes off it and like goes right over the camera. I was like, that's a fucking lucky accident. Like
Right.
they were so good that it didn't go boom right into the camera. But I was like, oh,
Or
cool
hit the
too.
guy.
Yeah,
Or it
but
might
they
hit him.
crash, and she comes out and he shoots her, and you're like, oh no.
He shoots her a few times too.
Wow, yeah. She's gonna
Like,
turn into
oh,
a Robocop
damn.
too.
Yeah.
Robo
It's
Lady
like-
Cop.
It's like $6 Million Man when like the woman
Yeah.
got turned into that. Except for she like freaks out if you. Did you ever see that? Like the movie, $6 Million Man movie. It was like a female version, but like
Yeah, I remember
she
there's
doesn't.
like a bionic woman.
She doesn't like take to like all the stuff as well as he does, and I remember she
Oh.
freaks out a few times in the movie. It's weird.
Yeah,
It's the $6 Million Man situation is
Because
just-
yeah, it was like the bionic woman or something.
yeah, the bionic woman.
Yeah. I got a question of like, so he's fighting Clarence and he's like, he's like, you gotta arrest me, you're a cop. And he's like, I'm not gonna arrest you anymore. I'm gonna straight up fucking murder him. And Ray Wise gets above him and like drops
Oh, with
that
the yeah.
with the crane thing, drops all that shit on him, like the fucking steel girders and shit. And I like when he's like, "Hey, I got him, Clarence," and just and blows up because she shot him with the fucking like Cobra rifle.
Yeah.
But my question is, because then Clarence goes over there and he stabs him with that pipe.
Mm-hmm.
So does he feel? Because he starts screaming.
He must have like.
There
See,
must be
that's the thing,
something.
is, like,
Because
there's
I mean,
gotta
I
be,
guess
like,
his brain would have to be connected to the circuits at least to like move them. You know.
Yeah, like there's got to be some sort of nerves that are
Yeah. So he's like,
working enough to move that stuff.
yeah, like.
But again,
so
the technology is like way more advanced in this universe, I think,
Yeah.
because I mean, you can get new hearts and shit.
Yeah,
Like it's a thing in
nothing.
this future. So
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just crazy. Like, oh man, did he feel that? That would fucking suck.
I feel like he did because, like,
Yeah.
what would be the point of him screaming if he didn't?
And then fucking gets out his R2D2 data thing and
I
stabs
love
him in
that.
the neck.
I
And
love
when
how
he-
it's just like,
Like a fucking gallon of blood just like plop. Not even like pours, just like
plops on him.
plops
I
on
loved
him. I
it.
fucking love that. And he's just
Cracked
like,
me up, and then I'm like, yes.
oh.
Every time, I see that scene,
It's
plop,
so
and then
great.
when he gets up, because I know where he stabbed him, just like
Yeah.
right in the neck, and it's so cool because he gets up, and he's just gushing blood.
So fucking good. And that's how you want your bad guy to see the bad guy die in a movie. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, dude. Fuck
Like,
that
you
guy.
deserve that.
And Paul Verhoeven delivers every time.
Every time, every time,
Every time.
If you don't believe us, go watch his movies.
Go watch Total Recall right now.
Seriously,
Is that the same guy? That's Dick, isn't it? The guy in Total Recall that's working with Quaid.
yeah, the old guy. Yes.
Yeah, that's the same dude, isn't it?
Yeah.
From this movie. Oh, shit. Nice.
Ah.
We got there eventually, folks.
Yep.
Just bear with us. We're a
It
little slow.
only took us an hour and 40 minutes, but we
Don't
got
worry
there.
about it. We finally got there. He does that line, though, to Murphy. She's like, Murphy, I'm a mess. And he goes, don't worry. They'll fix you. They fix everything. And it's like, I don't want to be like you.
Yeah, like whoa,
I
whoa, whoa!
love
They're
you,
gonna
guy,
turn me
but
into a
no, no,
robot?
no,
No,
no.
no, no.
I do not want to be a robot cop. I'd rather be dead. Thank
Whoa,
you.
they're gonna turn me into a Robert Cup like you? I don't
No
think
thanks.
so.
So now he's going back. He's pissed. He's going back to get Dick for real.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the Ed 209 is like, you're parked illegally. You have 20 seconds to comply. And he's like, pulls out that can and just like, boom.
I love
That
how it's like
smiley
walking
eyes,
around.
too.
The legs are walking around. I like
And
how.
here's a.
Go.
Oh, go ahead. No. You go ahead.
Okay. The detail when it falls over, that like when the
I was fucking literally about to say the same thing. I made a note of that. I'm like, it's so cool. Like the little details they went through for like, because that's stop motion too. So like they had to think like they stop motion that to make it just like a machine breaking down instead of it just going boom. They had that like little detail. Of,
yeah that
like,
like the
the little toe of
but
it.
there's
Fucking
also
cool.
not only that little twitch, but on the top, if you noticed, and that's what makes it even more impressive with the stop animation, is there's this little spinning like servo thing that just keeps spinning until it falls over.
Oh, that's right.
and I'm
That's
like,
so
damn,
fucking
that's
cool,
so
man.
cool. Like, wow.
Like
Like
the detail, like that's a lot of work into just like a shot of legs falling over.
what is it, like maybe 15 seconds?
And then like so much time went into that, but it fucking paid off. Like there's
Yeah.
a reason you do that.
well,
there's a
yeah,
reason you
that's,
go into those details.
it fucking
in
paid
movies
off.
like
We're
that.
sitting here talking about it,
Yeah, like,
and it's just
And
like
it-
such a tiny little part of the movie.
but it fucking pays off. Like it's the hard when you put hard work into it, it gets fucking noticed, folks, and it makes a difference.
So he
Oh, he's busted the party, and he's like, "You're under arrest for murder." And the guy, old man, which I like how his name is the old man. He's credited as the old man.
the big boss.
Yeah, and he's like, "On what grounds? These are pretty serious charges, see?" And then he takes the thing out, which is still covered in blood, which is fucking cool.
I know.
And he puts it in the computer thing, and it's the recording of like, "I killed Bob, because
Because I had to, because he was doing stuff I didn't like, and I'm just a piece
Why,
of
I
shit.
gotta-"
Basically.
But he can't harm him because he's OCP employee.
And so,
so he-
for some reason, that random Desert Eagle in the office in
It's-
its nice little case.
It's the example gun. Get the example gun out. We need to use it.
Yeah.
Pulls it out. He's got it on the old man. And he's like, "I want a chopper. We're going to go to the roof." And the old man's like, "Dick, you're fired." And like, how you see that little like go away. And he's like,
He's like,
"Thank you."
Shoots him out the window.
That-
I love his
the
fall.
one guy gets up and he's all excited when he like goes to the window.
I know,
He's like- and he like gives the thumbs up at the end. I love it.
And I was like,
But-
okay.
But also the thing's arms are super long.
Yeah, like, why is his arm so long when he falls out?
It's like, oh, he's going so fast his arms are stretching. But like I was like looking at it, I was like, his arms are really weird.
Yeah,
long.
okay. You noticed it too. I was like,
Yeah,
were
it's
his
like
arms
ju-
really long?
It's like, well, this part and everything else is fine. And it's like maybe a puppet, but like,
yeah, but why are his arms so
long?
long? 'Cause, 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 'cause,
You know, he saved the day. The old man's like, "That's some fancy shooting, son. What's their name?" He turns to the camera, returns him, and he says,
Robert Cup.
"Robert Cop," and then ends.
Robert Cup.
And it just ends.
He says Murphy. He says, "My name is
Murphy." Because he's a person now.
Yeah. He was a person the whole time. He just didn't. His memories sort of got wiped.
Yeah,
sort of.
It's not his fault.
But I mean, so it's sort of a sad story, sort of like goofiness and satire. I'd say more satire than goofiness, like a mix of both. And
I mean, it's got some lighthearted comedy bits in it, but like the more you think about it, you're like, that's also just a shitty, depressing situation, man.
Yeah.
Like, not only is it like, cool sci-fi movie about like, corruption and capitalism, blah blah blah, but it's like also the morality of it, of like, what the fuck they did to this guy, and like waking up as this guy, you're like, I'm in a robot body now, my family's fucking gone, like.
Yeah, and even if you were to go around your family, like, they fucking want to be.
Yeah, and so it's like you start thinking about that more. I was like, whoa.
See, and like, I thought about it too, because I'm like, man, what if I got turned into a robot?
Dude.
Like, not that my job would ever fucking do that to me. 'Cause why the fuck would they need to?
You must serve deli chicken still in death.
And I have to start RoboCop with like an apron and like wearing the hat still.
Dead or alive? Is it ham or cheese?
Yeah. How much would you like? 1/2 a pound coming, and I can't even like do it because like his arms are only going. It's like
use it. You just use your hand.
Oh yeah,
because you have blades on it. You'll have a blade, the little data blade you can use to cut your meats. Yeah, and they'll be perfect precision because your targeting is like a computer, so it's each thickness is going to be the same. They might want to turn you into RoboCop. Safeway, I'm just saying.
I don't want the thing over my nose though.
Well, we can make it be like this.
Okay, I'll be more.
Unless
like
you want just straight face.
I feel like that'd be more. I don't think people would want to see that. I feel like it's a little bit more pleasing to the eye to just see.
Yeah.
And then I got mustache though, so
Yeah, that's true.
They'll know it's me. They'll be like Dane. I'll be like freaking out because I don't remember who I am.
Who am I? Who are you?
Where's my family?
Yeah.
See, like, I don't think I'd want to go to my daughter with like it's just my face and like
be like, a robot suit. That's pretty horrific for a young child. Just be like, I have the face of your father.
I'm kind of him. Give me a
hug.
I
am a robot. I love you. I am a machine with the literal skin of your father's face on me. Hug me. Ladies and gentlemen, give us 3 minutes and we will give you the world. That was a quote from the Robocop movie. So that's how this ties into the movie. The promo ties into the movies from that. Go ahead.
And we're also going to give you a sweet website to go check out some more stuff like this, nerdy things, if you're into that. And it's called project-nerd.com. And you're going to find us there. You're going to find all kinds of other nerdy, fun things like unboxings and other movie stuff and comic book things. And I think wrestling now. There's wrestling now. Stuff.
There's just a shitload, folks.
Yeah.
So come on down to project-nerd.com. Dead or alive, you're going to go check it out.
Yeah.
That was also kind of a quote from Robocop. That's how it's cyclical. That's how it ends, folks.
Yeah.
End of promotion. Dude, let's rate this puppy.
This movie is a very favorite of mine. It's one of my favorites, and every so often I just get the itch to watch it. It's kind of like Terminator 2 for me. Like every so often I'm just like, you know what? I'm feeling Terminator 2. I'm popping it on. Just like this movie. I'm feeling some RoboCop. I'm going to pop it on. And I feel like every time I watch it, I see something new or I realize something new. And it honestly just gets better every time I watch it. And I am going to give this movie I'm going to give it a 10. I'm going to give it a 10 Red Foremans out of 10. Because this fucking movie is fantastic. And like even the what you might consider the flaws, like I don't even like it's not perfect, but
it makes it fun.
It's a fun movie and you got to check it out.
Yeah, it's fun. It's RoboCop. It's everything it sounds like it's going to be and more. It's like the fucking stop motion's cool. It looks great. And even when you see like the foamy bits bend on Robocop, who gives a shit? It's a fucking fun movie. People are exploding, dicks are getting shot off. It's a fun time. I myself love it. It's been a minute since I've seen it, so it's nice to see it in fresh adult perspective. It's a great movie. I'm going to give it 10 baby foods out of 10.
Nice. It's totally worth the 10 out of 10, even though...
It's a classic. It's
Yeah,
a Verhoeven classic, bro.
Seriously, and if you haven't seen it, I would say that you're missing out.
Yeah.
It's I don't know how to... I guess I feel like there are certain movies in your life you just got to see them. And I mean,
like
even if you go and watch it and you hate it, let's just say you hate it. You saw it.
Seen RoboCop.
You saw
it's
it.
just one of those movies in like in pop culture and everything, and like that's like it's one of those ones where you're like, dude, you have to see RoboCop because it's like it was a fucking big thing at the time. It's a guy wearing a giant suit that's a cop and it's a robot.
Yeah,
fucking
and the
cool.
Story is good. Like it's a good movie. Like
executed
it's just,
well.
Yeah.
It looks good. Let's go see RoboCop. It's a guy as a robot. He's a cop. It's called RoboCop. It's short for Robert Cop.
And it's satirical. People like it's good.
Check it out. But yeah, that was it. And that's end of episode 1. It felt good. We've been frozen a long time. It's a very good episode. I hope you people enjoyed it. People of the future watching this, because I'm glad that we still got it. Hopefully,
Yeah.
After all this time of being frozen.
I know we got it. We still got it.
We always got it.
We always
got it.
Yeah.
So, thank you for watching. Please continue to watch. We love you. And for 2 guys, 1 phone. And we'll see you next week.